Hey guys, this market update. I mean, obviously a disaster, right? We didn't even attempt to defend the 200 week. No buyers there at all, straight off. The thing is with Bitcoin is that there is no short-term catalyst for it whatsoever. Maybe the Clarity Act, but probably not, right? The money is elsewhere and it's chasing other things, which is totally fine. You know that buying around here is great, but we are in a downtrend, right? There is no like short-term catalyst, and so everyone just goes elsewhere or collapses or capitulates and everything else. I've just been through this so many times now, it's not even interesting anymore, right? Oh, Bitcoin's in a bear market, or again, you know, it's like been through so many, but it's not like everything else is booming. The Nasdaq is down over the last month. Apple, Microsoft, gold, all down, almost double figures, all of them, right? So it's not like we're in a big bull market and for some reason Bitcoin, you know, it's just completely off all-time highs. Nvidia 15%, gold's 27% off, Microsoft 30% off an all-time high. So Bitcoin is kind of in the ballpark, right? It's not great performance, it's poor performance, but it's not like everything else is booming, right? SK Hynix and Samsung and Micron are booming, but the rest not so much. Look, let's call a spade, right? This entire thing is a pig, an absolute pig. It's a monstrosity. The whole Trump thing, they've abandoned crypto and Bitcoin, right? Maybe they're trying to play things cool while the Clarity Act passes, right? Maybe they pick it up again near the midterms as, you know, trying to win votes. But they've not been good stewards so far, right? Because obviously what they did, what his son did, like Trump doesn't even know what Bitcoin is. His son is big into it and has financial interests in companies. And we all know what happened there. You know, his son is friends with some Bitcoiners who got in, you know, gave money to the campaign. We're all going to make money out of this, pump it. And then Trump coin comes out. I mean, come on, man. Absolute joke, right? So, look, maybe they're just being quiet while the Clarity Act passes and they can start to ramp it again. Who knows, right? But they're not talking about it. This entire thing, it's been absolutely awful. But around the 200 week is a very decent time to accumulate BTC. And, you know, right here, brilliant time. It's going to be a brilliant time here as well. It's just not going to go anywhere for a while because there's no narrative right now. Maybe clarity, maybe midterms. You're looking out, right? But it's not like everything else is booming and suddenly Bitcoin is off, right? Most things are actually pretty soft right now. And so that's absolutely fine. If you do want to get in during a cheap time, trade on Bybit. If you do trade crypto, Bitcoin, I think everything else now you can trade on Bybit. Click the link in the description, make a deposit, they'll give you a bonus. Whatever you deposit, they'll give you a bonus to trade with. This is my chart of truth, as I call it jokingly. I can't predict the future, but what I've done is taken the trend rate of Bitcoin and then put a growth rate on it. So 40% ARR here, 30, 25. I think actually the real growth rate here was slightly higher than 40%. But this orange line is the mid trend. And then I've just put a red and a green, kind of a standard deviation away, and then the very, very extreme is the blue here. So what's happened in previous bull markets? You see we came up, basically rejected off this a couple of times, but we had this red line as support, and then at the end of the bull market, people tried to buy it, and it acted as resistance then, and we moved down. But in this bull market, we never really got above it, right? It was the selling point 3 times, and then that was it. So for me, my plan is to not try and be too much of a hero, but basically buy anything under this red line. Now, you're not getting the best returns at this red line, but I still think it's possible if you want a dollar cost average, right? Well, you could go into other things, but other things will probably be in a bull market as well at that point, right? So you have to figure out, are you getting the best returns there, or maybe you want to go into something else? But anything above this red line is way too overbought, and you're just not getting good forward returns here, right? So if you bought this bull market, right, you're not getting good forward returns. Even if Bitcoin does okay, and look, you had, I think it was like 48% growth rate here, you're just buying too expensive up here. Bitcoin never got there that time. So where can we fall to? Well, this green line would be 52,000, and then 66% drawdown would be 41,000, right? And you can see that we got there a few times. But look, where do you make returns? This is without a doubt where you make great returns if you expect the growth rate to continue, which I do. So we are in a phase where long-term investors are just going to start to say to themselves, whatever the FUD is, we don't care, right? This is the absolute buy zone. but you're not going to make money next week. We may fall to these levels. You're either a buyer or not here, right? You're not really caring. Is it going to be 58, 52? For me, all these levels are just, I'm just going to buy. I don't really care to try and predict the price too much. I'm not really that sensitive because I have a longer term time horizon. For me, that's what I'm looking at. Right, I'm looking at Bitcoin in 2034, 2035 being 5, 6, 700K, somewhere around here. So, I'm not really worried if I'm buying at this level or here, but look, we're definitely in a buy zone. But this is when few people buy because they're waiting. They want to buy it higher when they think it's, safer to buy. But to be honest, these are the places. I don't really care what happens. It goes down another 20%. It just doesn't matter to me, right? This level, because what I'm doing is buying long-term. Forward returns are fantastic here. Unless you think the whole thing's going to blow up and Quantum's going to hack all of Satoshi's coins. That's going to happen someday. It's definitely going to happen someday. But it's going to be the US government who take the coins. They're not going to dump them all in the market, right? It's either going to be the US or China that hacks them, and they're probably not going to dump them all. So we'll go down to this level or maybe this level when the coins move. Maybe it's now, maybe it's in 6 or 7 years' time, and I'll blow up about it. But Bitcoin will be a lot higher by then anyway. And then give it a year and everyone forget about it and it'll move higher again, right? It's just what happens. But to think that this is somehow going to stop because of AI or some other market segment is hot, it just doesn't matter. Real investors, you invest through all of these cycles. You have a long-term time horizon. Right now, decent price Bitcoin can get cheaper. I hope it does because I'm not looking to sell in the next 6 months. Most big stocks are down. I don't think it's a bull market for a lot of stocks. You got some things going up so that the index is doing okay, but a lot of stocks are down. We're in this weird period, right? The war is kind of over at this point. Oil is gushing out of there, right? And so we're in this weird point where the lagging data is showing the inflationary pressures of all of that. But over the next 6 months, I couldn't imagine that inflation keeps going higher because you've got a lot of disinflationary pressures here. Now, we're in a weird situation where the market is pricing in like 3 rate hikes. And the Fed probably wants them to price it in like that because they want to get inflation lower and expectations lower. That's fine. But I can't see how this over the next 6 months actually goes higher and higher and higher when you've got an end to these hostilities. So the lagging data should start to soften. And guess what? They're going to be changing the inflation measure anyway. Now, Warsh's preferred measure of inflation is a trimmed mean. Guess what color that is? It's the white one. Yeah, it's the lowest one. They're going to be changing how they measure inflation, and it's going to underestimate further what real inflation is. This is the game, right? He's a good talker, but at the end of the day, just like every Fed chair and everyone in those boardrooms, they're bullshitters. Their entire job is to steal every single last piece of productivity that we create so that inflation is still positive. Even though we produce and produce and produce and the unit cost of everything should come down, their job is to make sure that it doesn't. And they're going to fake a PCE core trimmed mean, the lowest possible measure. If you don't need to eat food or use energy to stay alive, then there's no inflation, right? But if you do need to do those things, there's high inflation and it will always occur. And we're just in a transitionary period. And so, yeah, look, Bitcoin's off. It's going to be off. It's in a bear market. But you invest through those. Microsoft is off. Most of the lag 7, right? So you invest through these. You invest in great assets. Bitcoin is one. It will come back. And everyone's capitulating and collapsing. It's probably a decent time to buy if you look forward a couple of years. But look, they're going to change the measure. Let's see how inflation goes. Chips and memory are very expensive. But if you're a person, you're buying a computer, that's more expensive. You have a fixed wage. You spend more on the computer, you have less elsewhere to chase. The only thing that creates broad-based economic inflation is money printing. So let's see what they do with that. But their goal is 2%. And if they change the measure right here, which is around 2%, maybe that's how they reach their goal, right? Let's see what happens. But look, they're all bullshitters. We know that, right? So if we look at expectations of pass-through inflation softening throughout the end of the year, you just have to wait, right? Fed, Walsh wants to come in. He wants to show that he's, around this 2% target. He wants it to come a bit softer. The war's over, so it should come softer. It will start to come softer. He'll change his measure, and then he'll start to say, look, there are certain things that are above this target, but we're looking forward and they're going to disinflate over time with AI. So we just have to wait, be patient, and realize what the game is. And it's just going to take a while to feed through. But a lot of these expectations, you can see core softening. Of course it's going to soften. The war's over. You just have to give these things time, right? And the market going up, you're going to have to wait for people to get more confident. Okay, everything's bottomed out now and it goes up, and then people start to chase it. So if you're here now, I think it's the better time. If you do trade Bitcoin, crypto, TradFi assets, you can trade them all on Bybit. If you click the link below, sign up, you can make a deposit and they'll give you a deposit bonus to trade with. You don't have to trade. You can just use the platform for free as well. Link in the description. I'm James, this is MoneyDG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.